Hey guys, how are you doing? I hope you're all doing very well today. Yeah, just wanted to come at you with another quick little tutorial on how I use sidechaining in a little bit of a different way, and this might be a little bit more effective for you guys. When looking at how you go about sidechaining. So, usually, so I've got this little thing that I wrote. It's just a little like, melodic dubstepy progressive melodic kind of thing, and it sounds like this. Okay, so really nothing special going on there. So at the moment, I've got, my drums over here. I've got my synth and my bass folder, and these are being routed to my sidechain bus, where I've got a compressor on here, and this is, the probably the most popular way, or the most known way of sidechaining, is getting an audio sample, making it very short. I'll just play you the audio sample that I'm using to trigger the sidechain. It's just a little kick, and it's very short. It sounds like this, and it obviously follows the bass and the snare pattern. Okay, but I've got it on mute here, and then I've got a compressor on my sidechain channel, and I've got it from the audio trigger here. And this is like probably the most widely used way of sidechaining that I've seen. But then I've seen, a couple of guys doing away with this method and not using a compressor, but rather using something like this, like LFO tool or shaper box, where you can actually just use an envelope to to draw in the type of sidechain ducking that you want. And this can be a lot more reliable in ways. I've also got this set to MIDI one shot. And the reason why I have this going is so that we can trigger this. Let me just first delete this compressor. We don't need it anymore. And this audio trigger, don't need it anymore. And we can trigger this envelope via MIDI. So I've got a little MIDI trigger here, and I've drawn in the same pattern as my snare and my bass drum. And then over here, I have this routed to my sidechain bus, and then I've selected the shaper box. So every single time this MIDI trigger plays, it's going to trigger this sidechain envelope within shaper box. So quite a cool way to use sidechain in terms of triggering a plugin. But to go one step further, this can become a little tedious, since if you want to change your kick and your snare, etc., then you always have to go back to your trigger, and you have to change your trigger, and this could be quite tedious. What I've done here is, let me just delete this MIDI trigger. What I figured out was, within this drum rack, what you can do is make sure that you go to your instruments tab here, and I've got my kick and my snare set up here in my drum rack. So, and I've put them into an instrument rack in each of their respective slots here. And what you can do now is go to instruments in your library, in your browser, go to external instrument, and drag this in to your kick instrument rack here. Now, if you click on your instrument rack here, you can go to MIDI output, click on that, go to your sidechain bus, and this is actually going to trigger now the kick. Whenever the kick plays via MIDI, it's going to trigger the shaper box. Okay, it's going to trigger that envelope. Now all we do is we go to our snare here, and we do exactly the same thing. Drop in your external instrument, make sure it's set to the sidechain bus, and will automatically get routed to your shaper box or LFO tool, doesn't matter which plugin you use. And now whenever our kick or snare is playing, it's going to duck it's going to trigger this envelope shape. Okay, so this is a lot more efficient, and as we can see, I'll just give you a play. So this way you you not only make sure that we get, a consistent ducking envelope. I really like this way. This is a very efficient way of doing your sidechain because it guarantees that you're going to have the same envelope curve every single time your kick or your snare hits. And then this way, if you want to add in a kick or a snare at any point, you know that no matter where you put in your MIDI, your sidechain is still going to be triggered. So I mean, I could just do this. So obviously that doesn't make sense in the context of the song, but you get the point. So wherever you want to change around your kicks or your snare, you're gonna, make 100% sure that your sidechain just stays intact automatically. So, I mean, I can move around things, add in, and your sidechain's still gonna be there. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. Yeah, very efficient way to get your sidechain set up. It's very easy to set up, but once you've got it going, you can just save that as a little template, and all your sidechain routing and ducking is just going to happen automatically within your drum rack. So yeah, let me know if this was helpful. Give it a thumbs up or a like. Give me a subscribe if you thought it was helpful, and yeah, I'll hopefully be releasing these kind of little tutorials every single day. So just stay posted, stay safe, and I'll catch you next time.